Okay. A bunch of people told me to put on my Jedi robe. It's not a Jedi robe. It is a robe that I made myself out of twill hemp for this video. I actually don't know how I got here. And that's the goodness, honest truth. I really don't. But it's 6,000 videos. And so I thought I'd make a 6,000 video, right? That doesn't sound right. You can obviously see I didn't write a script for this video. I just want to say thanks to anybody and everybody that's been supportive. I know I'm a bit of a kook on some levels, but not really. I mean, down to earth. Never laid a hand on anybody. I've never hurt anybody in my life, so I'm not that strange. Am to the point where, you know, a bit of a geek, you know, mess around with magnets, so interested in field theory, because field theory is ultimately inseparable from metaphysics. The entire universe is one thing. There's not like one side of a coin versus another side of a coin, which is what, you know, an inferior intellect would tell you. It's like, well, this side is physics, and over here we got metaphysics. It's like, no, there's just the silver of the coin. There's not like physics and metaphysics. So there's nothing inseparable in the universe. And so that's the reason why I was so interested in magnetism, because 100% of the universe, of course, is based on magnetism. 6,000 videos of countless DIYs. Oddly enough, the stuff that I love doing is DIY, like $5 do-it-yourself light mods, but people seem to hate those. I don't know why, because my light mods are awesome. I could easily say I've got not only the best light mods, but got more light mods than anybody else on YouTube. Actually, if you took the top 100 YouTubers combined, I got more light mods than the top 100, which is an undeniable fact. I really don't know how I got to 6,000 videos. I've spent a life in study and writing and translation. Lots of study, lots of writing. But, you know, I haven't been like a bookworm living in the library, even though I spent an enormous amount of time in the library. I'm used to skydive every day. I got thousands of skydive jumps underneath my belt. Literally thousands. I got permanent hard creases in my legs from hard openings. Lesson learned after like 100 skydives is I pulled open in a track. When you pull in a track, instead of like falling, you know, belly to earth like this at 120 miles an hour, that's where you got your arms folded back. Instead of doing this number, you do this number. And you pull in the track, you know, your pilot chute comes out and that opens your main chute. And so instead of like, you know, your chute opening normally, it would like jerk you back, kind of like you were in a high speed. Like if you were to drive your car with your seatbelt on into like a brick wall at about 180 miles an hour. I was like, oh my God, my legs were purple all the way down to my ankles for like 2 or 3 weeks. I got permanent creases there. Nobody wants to know that. Lived in Russia. Done lots of cave diving. Oh man, when I lived in Florida, oh man, I had an underwater scooter, O2 decompression tanks, steel cylinder 90s with a yoke, double redundancy BCDs, cave lights. Back then it was halogen cave lights. Maybe, I'll never forget some of the most peaceful times I had, like the most peaceful, where's the most peaceful place on earth you've ever been? I was in the back of Devil's Eye Cave at like the third turn, and there's this huge dome, and of course you're about 120 feet underwater. You inflate your BCD, your buoyancy control device, and you literally hang from the ceiling like a bat. And it's just so peaceful, you could hear every thought. And you get hungry. And also, too, I'd use my scooter to go, which runs off of 2 car batteries, in the water, and it makes it sound like prrrr. Anyway, you take a break. It's like, what? It's like, it seems so surreal now. It's like I'd take a break hanging from the ceiling. It was a big dome, too. A big dome. I'd take a break hanging from the ceiling like a bat. Not head down completely, but just like with my back up against the wall of the dome. You know, whip out a Snickers bar. That's what divers did for snacks. Use Snickers bars. You take out your regulator, and you... So some people said I've lived a life like James Bond, but it doesn't seem that way now. I've done a lot of stuff. I don't drink or smoke or do drugs. I never have. Actually, the only thing that ticks me off is when people ask me about that, Because my mind is all I got left, okay? It is all I got left. You know, I don't have looks, I don't have hair, I don't have any damn money, that's for sure. As a person that has no house payment or car payment, I got way more bills than anybody should have. And I don't know how. Well, I do know how, but I mean, not because of me, it's because of my late wife. It's just bills compile on bills, but you know, anyway, here I am at 6,000 videos. I know it pissed some of you off, but not on purpose. I'm not out to like piss anybody off. I've seen way too much suffering in life. Obviously, I'm not starving to death in the desert. You know, that much is obvious, right? You got 2 eyeballs, you can see I'm not starving to death. You know, it's been a life of way too much misery and suffering and way too much stress. They say stress is a killer, and if stress is as much a killer as the doctors say, then I've already been killed like about 100 times over. So, yeah, that's my life in review. You know, that's someone asked me today in live stream to do an autobiography. He's like, who the hell would? I wouldn't even want to read that. Who the hell would want to? I wouldn't want to write that. Excuse me. Who the hell would want to read that? I don't see these tattoos anymore, too. I get questions all the time. It's like, well, why don't you talk about your tattoos? Like, it's just ink under my skin. When you have tattoos for this long, you don't see them anymore. Everybody else sees them. You're like, oh my God, look at that guy. He's a circus freak. That guy's got too many tattoos. I don't see them anymore. You don't. It's kind of like, I hear it's like someone's got a gigantic wart on their face. Like, everybody else sees it, you know, like, but you don't see it anymore. I think it's something like that. I'm glad I could be helpful to some people. I'm glad I can actually save people money on stuff, and I think I've done a lot. I know I've done a lot of that, because everybody emails me all the time. Oh my God, you saved me a bunch of time and money. You got sick of buying crap off of, you know, so-and-so Knuckle Puss's stupid recommendation that I buy garbage. And well, that's good. I got to send this camera back in 48 hours. This is the new X-T4 with a grip, which I've been working really hard on to write my 3rd edition of my book on Fujifilm tricks and tips. So I've had it now for 3 weeks, but I got to return it. This is not my camera, since people keep asking me. But I've thoroughly gone over it. Really thoroughly gone over it. Used it a lot too, actually. But yeah, I hate to see what the world's going through right now. It's kind of horrible, but you know, it seems to be getting better quickly. Pretty much quickly. By the way, thanks to everybody. And I just like wanted to make a 6,000th video. I mean, I remember like talking to a guy I know like years ago, and I was on the phone with him, and anybody want this Fujifilm belt buckle? This is not my kind of belt buckle. Anybody want to let me know? I was on the phone with him, and I was like, oh my God, man, I just got 500 videos on YouTube. How did that happen? He's like, oh man, 500. Oh God. Yeah, no, I got 6,000. That's a lot. That's a lot. Anyway, I hope I could be helpful, and I have been helpful. I always piss somebody off. If you're not, you know, no person is wholly praised, no person is wholly blamed. I'm not running a popularity contest because I ain't ever going to win that contest. Never going to happen. I hope you like these videos, and I said this is my 6,000th. I just wanted to make a kind of like a wing it video, like I'm going to wing it. Man, I'm just going to say what's in my mind. You know this video is not scripted. Even if you hate me, you know this video is not scripted. So, here's my golden apple an artist made for me. It's covered in gold leaf. It's so pretty. I love gold. Even though the gold is like only a few microns thin, it's still gold. Very, very pretty. Yeah, but if you like these videos, you know, let me know. You can click the link below, because I don't have any affiliate links and I don't sell anything, and all the books that I write are free. Free. So I do keep at it over 70 hours a week, and that is no lie. You look at my eye. And one of these days I'm going to take a real vacation. I'm trying to save for one. I don't know if I'm ever going to get one, but I hope to God I do. Just the bills keep coming. 2 steps forward and 3 steps back, right? That's how it works in life. But I appreciate anybody that's ever donated or helped in any way. And if you want to, check the link below. Or you can tell me how much you hate me, you know, like once every 6 months or so. Usually it's praise. You know, someone will send me an email that's like really nasty. I'm like, okay, that's good. But, you know, I like being free. You know, I don't like being hampered by selling stuff. And some people criticize me for begging for money. And it's like, you know, I don't hold any grudge against somebody like on the street playing a violin and they got their little tip jar out, you know. Because, you know, that's honest. You know, what's not honest is when someone smiles at you and then they're like trying to pick your pocket. But what you know, like I said, I'm not going to win a popularity contest. I'm sure never going to win a beauty contest. That's for damn sure, right? Unless I were to enter in like an Uncle Fester look-alike contest. I might win that one. But that's not a beauty contest. That's the opposite of a beauty contest. So, thank you so much. And can I have one day off is my last question. Can I have one day off? I haven't had a day off since I haven't had a day off in a long time. Can I take one day off? Can I take one day off, please? Can I take one day off? Oh, that would be nice. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry I droned on. I'm guilty. I'm guilty. Fat, bold, ugly, and guilty. Thanks. But I'm not guilty of selling anything. Peace out. Thanks. How did I get 6,000 videos? I don't know how I did it. I guess I got a lot to talk about. Yeah. I'm going to edit this last part out of the video. You know I never do that. Thanks. 6,000. Oh my God. 6,000. Okay. Thanks.